Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally jumping on board with a tag video. I have kind of been MIA when it comes to luxury tags. So I was in fact tagged by Living Luxe with Meredith. So thank you very much for tagging me. Definitely check out her YouTube channel. She has an epic handbag collection. Like, I don't think I know really many people with an epic handbag collection like hers. It is freaking amazing. So this tag was created by Caleb Snell and it's the bags I've stopped using and why. So I've noticed that a couple of the other YouTubers have kind of put it as, you know, the bags that I've neglected, and I think that's what I'm kind of gonna run with. It's more case the bags that I have, you know, been neglecting, because I wouldn't say that I've totally stopped using them. But before I dive into today's video, if you are new to my channel and you love all things luxury, if you love handbags, you love fashion and all that jazz, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button below, and also the bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. I upload every weekend generally, and then I might have a midweek upload as well. Okay, so as you've already seen by the thumbnail, I've already spoiler alerted with two bags. So I think, you know what, let's just do the big one. Let's just do kind of the elephant in the room. And as you've seen, I had my Hermes Birkin 30 in that thumbnail. So this is definitely a neglected handbag, but by no means is it a bag that I have completely stopped using. I just don't get to use it much. It's not super light, like it's definitely got some weight to it. It's pretty much empty right now. All it's got is my clochette inside and my very trusty 7 roux parody. So yeah, that's all it's got. It's this insert and that, and it is already heavy on its own. Speaking of, I still have my 7RP code for the inserts. It'll be down in the description bar and on the screen. But yeah, like alone, it's a heavy handbag. And this is in Togo leather. Clemence would be heavier. Berenia would be heavier than Togo. And that's a current leather still. Though it is not the lightest leather. If this were in, even if it was in Epsom, it'd be a bit lighter. However, not a great deal lighter. If it was in Swift, however, it would be probably far more user-friendly in my opinion. I think that if this was in Swift, I'd probably get a lot more use out of it, throwing around as like a big carefree sort of carry-all kind of bag. And that's not to say that I don't love it in Togo. I definitely, you know what, if it all went back in time and the sales associate from the store, because this is pretty much my only store bag in my collection, said, do you want Swift or do you want Togo for the Birkin 30 with gold hardware? I would still pick Togo. And the reason that I would pick Togo is because that is that holy grail sort of bag for me. This is the kind of bag that I'd always wanted. It was exactly pretty much what I wanted. It was either this or a Birkin 25. And in the end, I'm totally glad that it was the Birkin 30. So when I do get the opportunity to use this bag, it is the kind of bag that I carry when I really need to carry a lot. If I'm traveling and say I'm going back to Sydney to visit family, I'll actually take this bag. The reasons is that it doesn't have a shoulder strap. So of course it comes back to the element of not being super, you know, hands-free. That's not a total deal breaker though, not having a shoulder strap, because I definitely have been using my Birkin 25 a lot, like a lot more than I thought that I would. I think the biggest attribute as to why it's my most neglected is more to do with it's a big bag and I usually don't really need to carry a lot, and slightly heavy. Okay, so yeah, the Birkin 30, it is pretty much, I would say, out of everything, maybe my most neglected handbag out of my whole collection, but it is like my most holy grail handbag as well. So it's a bit of irony in that. And then the other one, as you see on the thumbnail, another neglected handbag of mine is actually my pochette accessoire. This is from the multi pochette. So this is the large pochette, and I don't think I think the last time I used this was really just for like school runs, you know, school drop off, school pickup, that kind of thing. But nowadays I more so sort of use my toiletry pouch 26, and I've got this strap attached to that. So I kind of prefer to use that because it carries a little bit more than what this does. This is a bit more on the smaller side, and I just kind of like the silhouette of that. Whereas this, I feel like it's just pretty simple. Like it's cool, but it's just so simple. I also feel like it's pretty youthful looking. Like it looks kind of more like a young bag. Like this bag, like the original OG version, was pretty much like the first Louis Vuitton bag I like ever owned. It wasn't my first, but it was in like that first 5 Louis Vuitton bags I ever owned. And like, it's nostalgic in that kind of way because, you know, it's reminiscent of when I was like a teenager, but that's just where I kind of feel like that vibe kind of belongs for it. Like, and I'm not a teenager, I'm a mum. I'm getting old. I just don't feel like this totally really suits me anymore. So for quite a while, this was actually a very, very used handbag of mine. Though nowadays I kind of pretty much have replaced it with the Pinkertons. So I've just been using the Pinkertons as like my go-to errand, school pickup, school drop-off sort of bag, like my day-to-day kind of bag. Yeah, I've just really been enjoying using those. And I just have not reached for this Aria Belt Bag in a long while. I wouldn't say like, I still think that it's a good bag. Like, I still think it's a really great bag because it's got a lot of versatility to it. I feel like because it's more on that smaller side, it has to be the kind of bag that I really only just need the core essentials, and I don't think that I'm then going to need to chuck anything else in. But sometimes after school drop off, I'll take my son to the park. So having the Pinkerton's a bit easier because I can carry his drink bottle in as well and some snacks and just like extra little things that I might need. Whereas this, it's very much limited to just core essentials. So this is still a bag that I use sometimes. I just have been neglecting it lately and not been using it in the way that I kind of used to, but I still recommend it. So for that very reason, I will still have it linked down below for SendRev. I don't think I have any discount code anymore with them. They've kind of changed their program a bit, unfortunately, but they do sometimes have offers anyway, so I'll leave this particular one linked down below. And then the other one that's kind of still fairly new to my collection, and I was a bit unsure whether or not I should put this as like a neglected bag, but I think considering it's new and I haven't actually used it a lot, then that kind of puts it in that category of being neglected. And that is my Jacquemus long bambino bag. And I absolutely love the color. I love it. I love the suede. It is so beautiful. So there is a lot that I really love about how this bag looks. But when it comes to actually use, it is again kind of an issue of it being a bit too small at the moment for how I've kind of just been doing things on the day-to-day sort of thing. Like, it definitely fits the essentials, no doubt about it. But once you fill everything, like once you fill up all your essentials, you're pretty much like, that's it. And even sometimes the closure can be a bit tricky to close because it's so narrow at the top that if you fill it up too much to that top point, then the closure isn't able to kind of get all the way down. It kind of gets stuck up, like up in there sort of thing. But because it kind of only fits like the bare minimum essentials, I can't even like add sunglasses in. It's pretty much like keys, phone, card holder. I can't add that just a little bit extra in, and that's why I kind of haven't been reaching for it. It would be the sort of bag that I would use if I know I'm not going to need all that other stuff, or I'm carrying another bag or that sort of thing, you know. But yeah, it's been neglected considering it's new, and I have only used it like twice, and I've just been a little bit annoyed with it because I couldn't fit as much as I thought I was going to be able to fit, just because of that tight opening and the closure, the magnetic closure. Like, it needs to find its mama in order to close. So thankfully enough, I don't have a lot of bags that are actually neglected. But the very last one that I want to show you, which is so stunning and beautiful, but it's very, very neglected. Like, just almost as neglected as my Birkin 30. And that is the Chanel heart bag from spring summer 2022. Now, one of the big reasons that I actually got this was more for the collector aspect anyway. So I knew that I probably wouldn't get a lot of use from this bag because it was just going to be that sort of beautiful, pretty, sort of unique collector piece on the shelf. That was always kind of the intention that I had for it. And even so, I sometimes still think of getting another heart bag because I think that they're cute little collector pieces, but they are definitely not the sort of bag that I kind of use, like, or can use like in a normal sort of lifestyle situation, because I feel like these are more for like going out for lunch, going out for dinner, that kind of thing. I think that though, if you don't have kids, like, or very young kids, your kids are older, this bag will probably get a lot more use with an owner like that. I feel it's definitely more of that kind of going out kind of bag, rather than a day-to-day sort of bag. But I don't think that Chanel ever designed it as being a day-to-day sort of bag. It was obviously designed as like an accessory sort of bag, a cute collector piece, really, like a Barbie bag. So, and I don't have a Barbie lifestyle, so it makes a lot of sense that this would be super duper neglected. Like, I think in terms of capacity, it's really good though. Like, I could I could use it as an actual day bag, but it's still a little bit shy of fitting like as much as say like the Pinkerton fits, or even the Birkin 25 fits, or even my Kelly 25. And I also slightly paranoid about it a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because of what happened with ex Sucky Sucky with her strap that came off on this bag. It made me a little bit worried that I felt like this is definitely not the kind of bag that you use to go sightseeing in or to go to the park in. Like, it just isn't that kind of bag. Whereas I feel like the Mini Kelly, because it's Hermes and they offer that spa service, it's just more robust in my opinion, so I have a little bit more peace of mind with it. But yeah, that's kind of why I feel like it's just been neglected. It's just not totally suitable for my lifestyle, and I also don't think that the bag was ever designed to be as like a mum bag anyway for that kind of lifestyle. Like, it's definitely just for going out, I think, personally, in my opinion. I don't regret buying it. It's staying in my collection even though it's very neglected, just like the Birkin 30 stays in my collection even though it's very neglected. Some of the other bags I mentioned could be something that I consider to rehome, or it could be just something that I'm okay to just leave it on the shelf for something that I just use every now and then. Yeah, that is it. Hopefully I've done okay with this tag video. I know it was created quite a few months back and I definitely missed the boat on it, but I thought that it was an interesting tag video to do because there are obviously bags that are neglected in my collection and you might find this aspect helpful. I have actually been talking on my Instagram and my YouTube about doing a video of the bags that I've sold recently and why I sold them, and that will probably more so address that whole like bags that were neglected thing that I let go of already. And whatever reason I did, I can address that in that video. So I'll eventually get around to filming that. I've just kind of got to go through a lot of the bags. Like, I've got to try and remember all of them because I feel like 2021 was a bit of a crazy bag year for me. I think that 2022, I was a little bit more thoughtful in what I was buying, but 2021 was the year of the lockdown where we were always in lockdown. So I think that that's why the shopping was a bit more like flamboyant when it comes to bags. But this year I was just a little bit more chill about it. But yes, that is it. I'll have, if I can find these bags, I'll link them down below because, you know, they might have been neglected for me, but they may not be neglected bags for you. They might be great for you. But that is it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.